With the PvE meta always evolving, we actually have a newcomer that is going to be one of the best DPS options in the game. As of right now, most people do use Izanagi's plus an auto-loading rocket launcher to get as max DPS as you can, but that combination does take a little bit of skill, because if you miss your shots or miss a rocket, your DPS is going to go down dramatically. So a lot of players, skilled and non-skilled, are always looking for better options, and this linear fusion rifle, also known as the Cataclysmic, is probably going to be your best option. The Cataclysmic is a linear fusion rifle from the new the Disciple raid, and I would absolutely recommend everyone farm for this, even if you don't raid much, because it is one of the best DPS options in the game and it is extremely easy to use. On top of that, it's also craftable, so after watching this whole video, you're going to know exactly what you need to craft. Also, really quick, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful in any way, consider subscribing, dropping a like, and turn those notifications on. It really helps me out, and let's jump right into the video. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Rest. So right here we have our Cataclysmic, and this is going to be on D2 Gunsmith. I will link their website in the description. Their website is extremely useful for crafting your God Rolls if you guys would like to go look for some yourself. Again, this is a linear fusion rifle. Pretty self-explanatory, and it is in the solar element. Solar element can be good because probably next season, or if you're watching this with the new season out, we probably have solar 3.0. So we're going to be able to create a lot of solar wells to get solar fontamite, which will make this do increased damage. Now I'm just going to be showing the normal Cataclysmic because one, you can craft it and you can get the exact rolls I'll talk about in this video, and then two, it has enhanced traits, which is arguably better than the adept version. But if you do get a God roll adept version, you can go and use that too, because it can use things like adept big one spec. But I still honestly believe the normal one is just better. So starting off with the perks, we have our normal barrels and our normal batteries that you see pretty much on any linear fusion rifle or fusion rifle. But in the first column, we have surplus, no distractions, compulsive reloader, sleight of hand, dragonfly, 4 times the charm, and successful warm-up. In the next column, we have adaptive munitions, turnabout, high impact reserves, box breathing, clown cartridge, bait and switch, and focus fury. So you see, we actually have a plethora of good perks over here, especially in that right column, and it is going to make this thing a DPS machine. But starting off with the basics, we are going to do PvE first. So we have arrowhead break is probably going to be my go-to option, because you do get that plus 30 recoil direction, which will make your recoil direction go to 100. It just makes it easier to land shots, and you get some more handling, which is good. You can swap to it a little bit faster, which is going to be really good. Pair it with one of our other perks, and then pretty much I'm always going to go with accelerated coils in the battery slot, because this does give you the most DPS. Now, I will say, if you want more sustained damage, go with something like liquid coil. It's going to be better because it does hit a little bit harder. But for the most part, pretty much everybody's using heavy weapons for DPS, so always go with accelerated coils. Now, for your masterwork or when you craft it, always go with the charge time variant. This is going to pair really well with accelerated coils. It makes you shoot the gun a little bit faster, which again is going to give you more DPS, which is very, very good. So this is sitting at 500 charge time plus a little bit less, because accelerated coils for some reason doesn't show on the website, but you are going to be shooting it very, very quick, which is very good for DPS. Now, in our other columns, surplus is okay. You don't want no distractions. Compulsive reloader you don't want. Sleight of hand is okay. Dragonfly you don't want. 4 times the charm is extremely good, and successful warm-up is okay. Now, you're mainly, again, using this for DPS, so obviously the best perk that you're going to be able to take is 4 times the charm. This is going to make it so when you get 4 precision hits, you're going to get 2 rounds back to the magazine. It is extremely good. With 6 rounds, you can shoot about 10 times, which is crazy, crazy strong, because 10 rounds coming out of a very fast linear fusion is going to do a lot of damage. Now, even if you take things like sleight of hand, when you shoot all through your weapons, you get bonuses, could be really good because some other perks you can pair together. But overall, 4 times the charm is just 100% going to be your best option in this first column if you're playing PvE, and I would not recommend anything else. Now, in the second column, you have things like adaptive mutations, which is not that good. Turnabout isn't that good. High impact reserves is good for damage. Box breathing is not that good. Clown cartridge is also very good. Bait and switch is extremely good, and then focused fury is also really good. So focused fury is a really good damage option if you do land those crits. Half the magazine, you have 10 shots, so 5 of your shots is going to be buffed by a lot. Bait and switch actually got buffed to do even more damage now, and bait and switch is by far the option I would take, is by far the best in my opinion. Clown cartridge is also really good, because if you do get that huge magazine plus 4 times the charm, you're going to be able to shoot out a lot of bullets without reloading, and if you value that a little bit more, I would recommend taking that. And high impact reserves is also not even terrible, because once you get to that lower part of the magazine, you do more damage. But bait and switch is extremely strong. It is very, very good. All you have to do is just shoot a weapon, shoot another weapon, then shoot this, and now your gun is doing, I think it's 35% more damage now on top of 4 times the charm, just giving you an insane amount of ammo. And this lasts for 10 seconds, and I'm pretty sure the enhanced trait lasts for 11. So you have 11 seconds of a huge damage increase. And obviously, if you pair this with something like Wither Horde, which is what most people's going to do for the highest DPS you can get, your Wither Horde is going to stick an enemy, which will proc one thing in your bait and switch. The Wither Horde is going to tick. You can then just shoot him with your primary weapon, which will proc the 2, and then 3, your third weapon, bait and switch, is going to proc, which is the linear fusion. And you're doing an insane amount of damage while your Wither Horde is ticking, and 4 times the charm is proccing over and over. Now, since it is a real weapon, you also do get Soul Drinker, so the amount of damage you do before reloading, you are going to heal. So after you get out of a boss damage phase, if you are a little weak, you reload, you're going to heal, which is pretty good. But obviously, this perk isn't the greatest on this weapon. You don't take advantage of it that much. But also, just go down here and obviously also throw your boss spec on there. And this is one of the best heavy weapons in the game for DPS, legendary ones at least. It is extremely strong. It can completely replace your Izanagi's rocket if you swap it with something like Wither Horde and this God Roll Cataclysmic, which is very easy to get because you can craft it. It is on par with the other option. It does a little bit less damage, but the neutral game is extremely stronger because you do get to use things like Wither Horde and don't have to worry about shooting all your ammo with rockets, because you get a whole bunch of ammo with linear fusion. And it is 100% again something I would recommend going for. So that is for PvE. Let's start talking about PvP. I hope you guys can get your God Roll PvE one, because it is going to be extremely strong. But starting off with PvP, this is a linear fusion. You're going to be going for precision shots with it. That's how you have to get kills. The legendary linear fusions cannot body shot people. So I would pretty much always recommend going max range. So having something like full bore to give you more range, just to make it more sticky to land that headshot. And then taking something like projection fuse to also increase your range even more, which is going to be really good because you'll have 68 range. And then crafting your ranged version for a range masterwork. Basically, you have 77 range on a linear fusion, which is extremely strong. And then you can also take some other perks like Icarus Grip if you want to, which you do have to remember with the new changes coming up. And air accuracy is going to be a little different. So you're going to have to build into it a little bit more than just taking Icarus Grip. So you could even take things like Radar Tuner just to make your radar a little bit better, or even Quick Access Sling just to take it out faster and maybe land a quick little headshot. So in the other perks for PvP, Surplus is good. No Distractions is actually okay for PvP. Compulsive Reloader is worthless. Sleight of Hand's pretty bad. Dragonfly is okay. 4 times the charm is worthless. A successful warm-up is actually very good. So in PvP, you're going to get multiple ammo when you pick it up. So having something like successful warm-up to get that first kill with the headshot and then being able to just go and charge it up faster again, it's going to be good. But if you want more handling or something, you can take Surplus. But then in the next column, we have Adaptive Munitions, which is worthless. Turnabout, which is worthless. High Impact Reserves is okay. Box Breathing is pretty bad. A Clown Cartridge is also worthless. Bait and Switch is worthless. And Focus Fury is pretty bad as well. So all these are just damage focused perks or ammo. You never reload it anyway, so Clown Cartridge is pretty bad. So let's start taking a look at the God Roll. I'm going to go with Successful Warm-Up. Is going to be your best option. This, like I said, you get your kill and you're going to have an extremely fast charge time to go get your next kill, which is really, really nice. But in the second column, things like High Impact Reserves is okay, because this is going to allow that bottom half of the magazines to do more damage. I don't think even with High Impact Reserves at the lowest magazine, it can one-shot. But even things like Box Breathing is not even that good, because this only increases your precision damage, so it also can't body shot. So in this right column, you're kind of left to whatever you kind of want, because none of them really do much. I would honestly just take High Impact Reserves just in case you do land a body shot. You maybe get the kill if someone else is weakening them a little bit. But even things like Turnabout wouldn't be terrible if you are using it to kill a super. You will get a shield, which is cool. So either between High Impact Reserves or Turnabout. Turnabout is obviously very limited to, you know, a specific point in a Crucible match. But High Impact Reserves is kind of always active with Successful Warm-Up, with Projection Fuse, full bore, and a range frame or masterwork with, you know, something like Quick Access Link is by far going to be the best PvP option in my opinion. So that's pretty much it for Cataclysmic. I hope this video helped you guys out. I know this is more of a PvE option, but I do like to throw PvP rolls in as well. But let me know what you guys think about this DPS option in the comments below. Are you going to stick with Izanagi Rocket or switch to something like Wither Horde Cataclysmic? It is extremely easy to get both God Rolls of something like a rocket launcher and a linear fusion now with weapon crafting. So whichever one you prefer is still going to be the best. I honestly just prefer the Wither Horde Cataclysmic. One, because it's easier and you don't have to think about it as much. And two, the neutral game, like I said, is a lot better because you can use things like Wither Horde for ad clear. But anyway, that's all for me. If you guys would like to see more weapon gods, be sure to let me know the weapons you would like to see. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.